I did a recent video where I was talking about how you can be able to pass in a pro forma account and get payouts like this with just 10 trades. That video is going viral, and one challenge I see everyone is having is how you guys can be able to calculate to make sure you risk just a specific percentage of your account on a trade, and how you guys can also be able to calculate to know how to specifically use a specific risk to reward. So in this video, we're going to be doing a risk to reward and a percentage risk calculation, right? So that is what we're going to be doing on this particular video: risk to reward and percentage risk calculation. So let's go on the different slide and we start on the risk to reward. This will apply to any trade kind of trader, whether you're a scalper, whether you're a swing trader, a day trader. This will apply. So let's start with what? Let's start with risk to reward, or this stands for risk to reward. How do you calculate this? People just hear the thing is simple. I just need to know. There's a specific way you need to do it so that you can always be able to risk a specific amount on each trade, right? So for you to be able to calculate a particular risk to reward or a particular percentage you are risking, you need to be able to start with using a specific lot size. All right, you need to be able to start with using a specific lot size. It is that lot size that you are using on your trading, or that lot size you are using to trade, that will determine how much money you're going to be able to make. That will determine how much risk to reward, or how much reward you get from that particular risk. It is that lot size that will also determine how much percentage you'll be losing or gaining if that trade doesn't go your way or go your way. So everything goes around the lot size. Very, very important. What lot size are you going to be using? So there's a formula we're going to be able to use to be able to calculate the lot size we use on any trade, on any asset, so that we can only risk a particular percentage on that particular account, and so that we can get a particular risk to reward. And that formula goes, let's just say lot size, then the formula, you have percentage or the dollar. Don't worry, I'll be able to explain. Let me write it in small letters so that we'll have enough space to be able to explain. So let me just put here lot size. It is this, from this lot size, that you'll be able to know the right risk to reward, the right percentage and everything. So lot size is equal to what again? You put the dollar percentage risk, right, divided by dollar percentage risk. So that's why I put the dollar sign, because you need the dollar amount. If it's 1% you are risking, then you ask yourself, what is 1% of that account? If it's 1% I'm risking and I'm trading with a $100,000 account, I'll ask, what is 1% of $100,000? Is 1,000. So I instead put the 1,000 there. That's why I'm writing the dollar percentage risk divided by pips risk, right? Divided by risk pips. Can write risk pips. So how many pips are you risking per trade? Let me write it clear. So you divide that by risk pips. Risk pip makes sense of people or anything, but how many pips are you risking per trade? So risk pips. So you divide the dollar percentage risk, you divide that by, don't worry, we'll use a live chart to show you guys a more clear example, right? So the dollar percentage risk divided by the risk pips, then the overall answer you get, since the Forex market is traded in lot, and every lot size, every lot size has a volume of 100,000. If the market has to go up or down with the lot size, you gain or lose $10. So whatsoever answer you always have, you divide that by 10. As easy as that. So you divide the dollar percentage risk divided by the risk pips, how many pips you are risking on that particular trade, then you divide it by 10. I already explained why you are dividing by 10. Now let's take an example so that we can be able to see it very, very clearly. Let's just quickly go on the internet and we'll be able to get a chart. Let's just go on the internet. We get a chart so that we can, from that chart, I'm just waiting for the Google to load. Anyway, let's just type here quickly. I want to just use one chart so that I can show you guys a typical example. I can just see one image here. Okay, so with this, let's take a picture of it, not even a screenshot. Let's take a picture of it so that we can minimize this. Let's minimize this a little bit, right? Let's minimize this. We have a picture of our chart now. We can then go back to this. We can go back to this now. So let's just assume this is where things are getting interesting now. So here, let's just assume on this particular chart, right? We saw something like this, this head and shoulder. You can see this is a typical reversal sign, and this is called the head and shoulder pattern. And with this head and shoulder pattern, this was a key area where we would have gotten into this particular trade. I can even change the color, but anyway, let me change the color of that to something to even black. Good. So this was a key area where we would have gotten into this trade somewhere here. So when you get into any trade, the first thing you need to be able to determine is where you'll be reasonably placing your stop loss. That is the first thing, where you'll be reasonably placing your stop loss. If I'm getting into this trade somewhere here with a buy, then my stop loss can go somewhere here. Makes sense. This is the most recent swing. My stop loss can go here. So that is the first thing you have to be able to mention, because remember, we need a dollar percentage risk. We need we need the number of pips you are risking to be able. Those are the two things we need to be able to come up with the lot size we can use on that trade that can allow us to only risk a particular percentage. So if I buy here and my stop loss goes here, and within this distance, you just measure on your platform. Let's just say this is minus 25 pips. Meaning what? Meaning I am risking 25 pips on this particular trade. And if I'm risking 25 pips on this trade, I just automatically know, since I'm going for a risk to reward of 1:2, my take profit is going to be what? It's going to be 50 pips. So I'm risking 25 pips, and my target has to be, I just mentioned, my target has to be 50 pips away. So I already know my stop loss, I already know my take profit, but now what lot size am I going to be able to use? That is the problem. What lot size am I going to be able to use so that if the market doesn't go my way, I'll only lose 1%, or if it goes my way, I'll make 2%. That is where things now get interesting. So I've already shown you guys an example on the chart. Let's go back now. Let's go back now to the other section so that I'll be able to show you on the previous chart what you can do, right? So let's cancel this. I don't want to save. Good. So coming back here, let's use this formula now to come out with our lot size. So here, what is the percentage? Assuming we have a $100,000. Remember, assuming we have a $100,000 pro firm account, this formula will apply no matter the account you have. But let's just assume you have a $100 pro firm account. You ask yourself, what percentage do you want to reach per trade? You want to only risk 1%. What is 1% of 100,000? $1,000. So that is the first one. You write there 1,000. We are following the formula divided by the risk. How many pips are you risking on that particular trade? Based on the example I just showed you guys on the chart. How many pips were we risking? 25. Right? Then the overall answer, you divide this by 10. So let's see let's just quickly do this and see. Let's divide 1,000. 1,000 we'll divide that by 25, right? So we have 40, then you divide that by 10. So the lot size we're going to be using is equal to 4. As easy as that. The lot size we're going to be using is 4. Let's do reverse psychology to see if everything aligns, to see if our answer is correct, right? If the trade doesn't go our way, and we are risking, based on the example I just showed you guys, if the trade doesn't go your way and you lost 25 pips and you're using a lot size of 4, how much are you going to lose? Remember, with a lot size of 4, if the market has to go up with just 1 pip, you lost $40, right? So that is $40, and then it goes against you by 25 pips. Multiply that by 25, you lost $1,000. What is $1,000? What is $1,000? $1,000 is equal to 1% of 100,000. $1,000. That's the answer. $1,000. If the market doesn't go your way, you lost $1,000. What if the market goes your way now? Let's calculate again. If the market goes your way, you are using a lot size of 4. Meaning, if the market has to go up by 1 pip, you make $40. If the market has to go in your favor, remember you are risking 25 pips to go for 50 pips. If the market goes in your favor now for 50 pips, will be now 40 times 50, which is what? $2,000. How much were you risking? $1,000. And how much have you just made? $2,000. What is this risk? This is a risk to reward of 1:2. Can you guys see this? You were risking this, you made this risk to reward of 1:2. And everything started from where you were able to calculate the lot size. You were able to calculate a specific lot size that you can use based on what you are risking, based on your target, and based on the account size you have. So based on any account you have, we have done many examples, but based on any account you have, you just use this same formula. The first thing you need to do is, you first of all go on your chart. It's a process you have to follow. You go on your chart, you determine where reasonably, if I know that, okay, let's just put this, let's do this even without a chart for you to understand better, right? Let's just understand, let's just say we have our chart going up like this, right? And we see that, okay, somewhere here we had now these higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And this is where we're planning to buy. We're planning for the market to push back because this higher high is going to be also be aligning to this particular resistance here. So we had a swing here and we had so this is where we're planning to buy. So if we have to buy there, what will happen? We put our buy here. The first thing you ask yourself is, okay, where can I reasonably put my stop loss so that I allow the trade to move, so that I don't suffocate my trade? Reasonably, my stop loss can go somewhere here. So my stop loss will be somewhere here. And then you ask yourself, what is the distance between your entry price and your stop loss? This will be equal to X amount of pips. All right, that is the X amount of pips you have. And if I'm risking this X amount of pips, where will my take profit be? My take profit will just be now, this X amount of pips will just be this X amount of pips times 2. Easy. X amount of pips times 2, so my take profit will be up there. I already have where my stop loss is going to be reasonably placed, and I already know where my take profit is going to go. Now, I'll be able to take these figures and go back now. I'll be able to take these figures and go back to this formula and place on this particular formula. Let's assume, see this, let's assume on this particular figure we were risking, we decided to buy somewhere here, and we're having just, let's take $1,000, or let's take something, let's take a $25,000 account. With a $25,000 account, 25K, right? 25K, right? And let's just say we bought somewhere here, and the distance between our buy and our stop loss, we already measured, and we saw that distance was like, just give me any figure. How many? Let's just take any figure. Let's just say, okay, the distance, our stop loss is equal to, let's just say 15 pips. I want to take any figure that won't just give us a round figure answer. So that is, our stop loss is going to be 15 pips away. Our TP now will be equal to 30 pips. And then what is 1%? You ask yourself, 1% now of 25K is equal to what? 1% of 25K is 250, right? $250, good, $250. So we have everything we need to be able to calculate the lot size we need on this particular trade. Let's calculate the lot size we need on this particular trade. The first thing, what is our the formula again? Percentage, the dollar percentage risks divided by the pips risks, then you divide the overall answer by 10. What is the dollar percentage risk? 250. Let's change the color. Let's change the color. So it'll be now 250 divided by, well, how many pips are we risking? Divided by 15. Then you divide the overall now by 10. What will be the answer? Let's quickly do and see. Let's do it together. So we're dividing 250 divided by 15, which is 16.66. Then you divide that by 10. So the lot size we're going to be using on this particular trade is going to be 1.7. It's 1.6666, but you just take the first decimal place, which is 1.7. So lot size is equal to 1.7. 1.7. So that is the lot size I'm going to be using on this particular trade. So that if the trade doesn't go my way, I will only lose 1%. And if it goes my way, I'll be making 2%. Let's do a reverse psychology to confirm if our answer is correct. If we're using a lot size of 1.7, right, and the market goes our way, this is it, 1.7, and the market doesn't go, let's just say it doesn't go in our favor. 1.7 If the market has to go down by 1 pip, we'll lose times 10, we'll lose $17. Then remember how many pips we are risking? We are risking 15 pips, divide times 15. So we'll be losing $255, which is roughly $255, which is approximately $250, right? So our loss will be equal to $250. So that's what we'll be losing. And if the trade doesn't go our way, 1.7 times 10, then if the trade doesn't go our way, we multiply this. Remember our TP. If the trade goes our way, remember our TP is 30 pips away. So we multiply this now by 30. We just made $510. 510 is approximately 500. What is 500? What is $500? $500 of 25K. It's equal to 2% of 25K. Can you see? 2% of 25K. So we were able to calculate. We know that, okay, the market doesn't go our way, we lost 1%. And if it goes our way, we'll make 2%. So with this formula, this is going to be, you're supposed to have this formula printed somewhere in your house. Very, very big, this particular formula. Printed somewhere in your house. You first of all ask yourself, what is the account size? It will go for any account size. Let's just assume, even if you are risking 2%, just use the same amount. You just change, even if you wanted to risk 2% per trade, just interchange the figures. Instead, ask yourself, what is 2% of that account size you are using? You put the amount, you divide by the number of pips you are risking, divide by 10, you have the lot size. This formula, I came up with this formula myself after going through the internet and digging everywhere on the internet, and I couldn't find the formula that could give me a concise calculation, that I want a concise and a specific and correct answer for this kind of calculation. And I came up with the answer, and it works like magic. So this is how you are able to come out with a specific lot size you want to use on a particular trade, so that you can have a specific risk to reward, and so that you can also risk just a specific percentage of your account. So if you've gotten some value so far, if you've enjoyed this content, don't forget to smash the like button on the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to use the same broker I'm using, you want to use the same pro firms I'm using, check the links on my recommendations on the video description, and you'll be able to see all those links. Join me on Godlove University. You also find the links on the video description. I have a Telegram community which is growing like wildfire. Also check out my free Telegram community. Join me out on Telegram so that we can make this money together. Click out this video to check. This is a video I made explaining how you can pass a pro firm account with just 10 trades. Also click this video to watch the whole of these videos I've prepared for you guys, and click here to subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on the next videos. Peace.